right, ladies and gentlemen, I have a couple things that I want to share with you guys. And I'm just setting this up right here. All right. And I want to give you some thoughts to provoke you to actually act to action and to inspire you in some kind of way. If you give up or if you quit after all this time, and I'm not talking about in PunkPanda, I'm talking about in life. If you decide that you're going to give up, if you decide you're going to quit, if you decide that you're not going to give the effort that you know that you can give, all the pains, the struggles, the heartaches, the difficulties, the obstacles that you suffered throughout your whole life will be for nothing. If you decide that now is the time that you're going to let off the gas, after all these years you struggled to get here, all that will be for nothing. I want to put it in your head that although this app is free, although these tokens are free, although this project is amazing, it still requires effort and work. That's something that I want people to understand. It's not going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it and everybody will be prosperous. Guess what? Success is only for those who are willing to pay the price for success. And in this case, the price is not an upfront fee. And in this case, the price is not to purchase the tokens. In this case, price does not have to do with the company. The price is the price that you pay about being the right person that can receive success. Because in life, everything has a price to it. And unless you're willing to pay the full price, you will not receive the outcome. The outcome is what we want. We want to be successful. We want to have prosperity. We want to help people. We want to motivate people. We want to help people come from out of their poverty-stricken situations. We want to give people hope. We want to give enlightenment to people. We want to educate people on cryptocurrency that it may change the culture of the world. But we won't be successful in that unless we first make the commitment to ourselves and pay the price that is required for us to be in that position. All right? Who but me or you, after all these struggles, after all these obstacles, could actually pull this off? Think about that. If after all you've been through all these years, and you're in a position right now to actually pull this off, I know that you're a lot closer than you've ever been looking at this project. I know there's some hope that some people have right now that they didn't have a year ago. I know there were some people sitting in their homes praying for something to come into their hands that can change the situation that they were in. And it's a possibility that you have it right now in your hands. Wouldn't it be an amazing story? Wouldn't it be an amazing comeback? Wouldn't it be an amazing victory to finally have something? After all the years that you had something and they pulled the rug from underneath you, after you had something and it didn't turn out to be what you thought it was going to be, after you had something and somehow you faltered or fumbled the ball because of your own idiosyncrasies or whatever, you couldn't pull it together. After all these years, you have something in your hand right now. Wouldn't that be a story? Because guess what? The loser doesn't get a chance to tell the story. We don't want to know what happened to the losers. That's a footnote in the greater story. But if you can come back after all these years of struggle, after all these years of deception, after people making promises to you and promises and not coming through, if you can come through and fight through all that and get to the point where this will be the one that you finally break through, wouldn't that be an amazing story for you? Just think about that. The stress, the pains, the struggles, they were all needed to forge the weapon. That's you. Yeah. You are failure's biggest enemy. You are failure's biggest enemy because you won't quit. You're still here. You're still moving. You're still pressing, and all that pressing and all that moving and all that digging and clawing and fighting and not quitting has forged the perfect weapon. I stand here right now as the weapon for success. I wield the weapon of success because of the skills that I developed over the years. of dealing with the no's, driving the miles, reading the books, going to the seminars, being chastised, being developed, going through all the processes. I'm standing here as a weapon of success. Confident, sharp, strong, vigilant, locked in, focused. I'm never going to quit. And that's why I'm here. Do you have that testimony? Because see, others will never develop the skills to win. There's somebody on this call right now that 6 months from now, we won't even know them. They won't even be around. There's somebody in your group right now that's talking about they're a leader, but they won't even be around next year. Because they are not prepared to develop the skills that it requires to get to success. They're just not prepared. A little resistance and they give up. Yeah, it's free. But see, the problem with free is sometimes people take it the wrong way as this almost like a sense of entitlement. See, when you're entitled to something, you lose your gratitude. And without gratitude, you take things for granted. And when you take things for granted, others come in and take what you took in for granted and make it their priority. Don't let others come in, because they're coming, and take what you have right now and put it as a priority when you had it in your hands. Don't let it happen. Be the weapon. Be the weapon that was forged by your disappointments. Be the weapon that was forged by your pains. Be the weapon that was forged by everything you did to get to where you are right now. I'm talking to people that live in third world countries that don't have opportunities that other people have. Your path is a lot different than my path. We all have different paths. But guess what? That path that you walked is a tough path that requires extraordinary effort to get through. So don't look at the person next to you or the person across the pond and say, hey, they had it easy. All they had to do, it doesn't matter. These are the cards that you have. And unless you're willing to put that extraordinary effort in, you won't get the benefit from it. My path is a tough path. It was a tough path. So I realized I had to be twice as good as others. Make it up in your mind that you're going to be that weapon. Make it up in your mind that you're going to be that person. But let me just say this right here. I can motivate you. I can inspire you. But education is the key. So I want to leave you with 5 things real quick. 1, the weapons that you're creating, the skills that you're creating is to be motivator. You want to motivate people. Yes. You want to motivate people, but you can't motivate people without educating them. Because motivation without education leads to frustration. But then guess what? Education without inspiration leads to frustration. And inspiration without motivation leads to frustration. So you'll be frustrated without having all 3 of them. You have to educate yourself. You can educate somebody, but not inspire them. You can teach somebody a lesson, but if you don't teach it in a way that will inspire them, it's for no reason. As a leader, you have to be able to do those things. The other thing is leadership. Guess what? A leader is someone that somebody's following. And what you're leading people to is to a future that they can't see. Just for the mere fact that you're in the front, you have a vision of what's to come. And if you're not leading from the front, you're not a leader. And if you don't have a vision of the future, and if you can't talk about it in detail, as a leader, you should be sharing the future of PunkPanda in detail to your people. You should be sharing it. This is what's going to happen. And when we get to this point, by June, we'll have onboarded 1 million people in Panda 11, and then Panda Post is coming in the 4th quarter, and then this is happening, and that's happening. And what I believe, I don't know for sure, but what I believe is this is going to happen. And as a leader, you're bringing your people out of their present and into the future. You want to be able to teach people. That's the 3rd, by the way. Teach people how to learn. Teach people to be better than you are. Don't be afraid to teach somebody to be better than you. Just don't be afraid to do that, because the best thing is for somebody that you taught to supersede you. That's important. So be willing to teach somebody to the point where they can actually outgrow you. You want that to happen. Fourth, you have to create a routine. You can do as many positive affirmations as you want. You can listen to every seminar in the book. You can go to the greats from Zig Ziglar to Bob Proctor to Jim Rohn to Brian Tracy. You can listen to all those, but if you don't have a routine, if you can be inspired but be doing the wrong things every day. It requires consistent effort every single day. This is what I'm doing every single day in order to be successful. Success is a creation of habits consistently every single day. I am here because of my habits, not because of me being able to talk or quote certain things. That's not why I'm here. I'm here because of the habits that I've taken on consistently. Because of my habits have put me here, and because of the habits put you where you are. And if you're not where you want to be, change your habits. Yes, change your mind, but you have to change your habits. And the last thing is love. Simple. You have to be a lover of people. You have to believe inherently that people inherently are good. If you believe that people are bad and this world is bad, then that's what you'll get and that's what you'll see. You have to know that people deep down inside, outside of their traumas, outside of their abuses, outside of their resentments from the situations that they have or the cards that they've been dealt, they're good people. And if you can love on people, and the person who loves the most is the most powerful person in the world. And the person who gives, whatever it is that you give, is what your reward is that you'll receive. And what I want to give is inspiration. What I want to give is motivation. What I want to give is education. And I want to give from the bottom of my heart the love that I have for this community. And I just hope one day that I'm around to see that reward come back to me and to all the people on this call. Thank you very much. I really appreciate having this opportunity to speak. What I'm going to do is unmute everybody as I normally do and have everybody say goodnight. Thank you, everyone. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. There you go, guys. Good night, guys.
Great job, TW. Thank you so much.
Good job, Mr. TW Dawson. Great.
Thank you, guys.